The countdown clock hits 0, and within seconds, history repeats itself. Tickets for BTS's The Comeback Live, ARIRANG, in Seoul vanish almost instantly, leaving more than 100,000 fans frozen in a digital waiting room, staring at queue numbers that barely move. What was meant to be a celebratory ticketing day quickly turns into a high-stakes, emotional roller coaster. Screenshots flood social media timelines showing 6-digit queue positions. Some fans report entering the site the moment sales opened, only to find entire sections marked unavailable by the time they reached checkout. Others describe watching seats disappear in real time, refreshing endlessly as the system updates from available to sold out. The scale of demand is staggering, but not surprising. This is BTS's first full-unit live showcase after nearly 4 years of group hiatus due to staggered military service and solo activities. The event, tied to their 5th studio album, ARIRANG, is not framed as a routine concert. It is positioned as a cultural return, a reunion layered with symbolism. Held at Gwanghwamun Square, one of Seoul's most historically and politically significant public spaces, the venue choice alone signals that this comeback is meant to transcend the boundaries of a typical idol stage production. Gwanghwamun Square has long been associated with civic gatherings, national milestones, and public memory. It sits in direct visual alignment with Gyeongbokgung Palace, the grand royal palace that anchors Korea's Joseon dynasty heritage. Reports indicate that the opening sequence of the showcase will incorporate palace visuals, with the members symbolically moving from Gunjangjeon Hall along the historic King's Road before transitioning to the main performance platform. The imagery blends tradition with modern spectacle, precisely the narrative ARIRANG, named after Korea's iconic folk song, appears to evoke. When tickets opened, fans were not merely purchasing seats. They were competing for entry into a moment many consider historic. Within minutes of the launch, online counters revealed over 100,000 users in the queue. The number alone became a headline. For context, that figure surpasses the population of many mid-sized cities. Digital traffic surged so intensely that some users reported lag, delayed confirmations, or error messages as the system struggled to process demand. By the time certain buyers reached payment pages, every visible section had been claimed. The fastest-selling zones were reportedly A1 through A6, premium viewing areas closest to the main stage. As confirmation circulated, so did disappointment. Social platforms quickly divided into 2 emotional camps, those celebrating successful purchases and those mourning lost chances. But the story did not end at sold out. Almost immediately, resale posts began appearing across online communities. Listings offered sold tickets via Knoll account transfers, a domestic system sometimes used to transfer ticket ownership between verified users. However, alongside legitimate resales, concerns about inflated pricing and potential scams surfaced. Fans began circulating safety reminders, urging others to verify transaction methods and avoid suspicious intermediaries. Some expressed frustration that a cultural event meant to celebrate reunion energy could also become an opportunity for opportunistic profit.
Hey, Army! Quick pause before we keep going. If you're loving these BTS updates, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and join our family of global fans. That way, you'll never miss a single record-breaking moment. All right, let's jump back into the story.
At the same time, attention expanded beyond Seoul. Recognizing the impossibility of accommodating global demand in a single physical location, organizers structured an international viewing strategy. Screenings of the April 11th Goyang performance and the April 18th Japan performance quickly gained traction in cinemas across Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and additional Southeast Asian markets. The anticipation resembles previous BTS live viewing events that transformed movie theaters into stadium-like environments, with synchronized light sticks and fan chants. The involvement of Netflix elevates the scale further by streaming the comeback live to approximately 190 countries. The event shifts from a national gathering to a synchronized global broadcast. Palace walls and surrounding heritage structures are expected to light up through large-scale projection mapping, ensuring that Seoul's historic architecture becomes part of a global visual experience. The hybrid model, limited in-person attendance paired with global streaming, balances exclusivity with accessibility, allowing millions to participate in real time. Industry observers note that such demand following a multi-year group hiatus is rare. In many entertainment cycles, extended absence can dilute public momentum. For BTS, the opposite appears true. Solo ventures kept individual members visible, but the announcement of a 7-member reunion triggered an entirely different level of emotional response. The Q numbers became symbolic, proof that anticipation did not fade during separation. Beyond fandom enthusiasm, the economic implications are substantial. Major BTS events historically generate significant ripple effects across hospitality, aviation, retail, and tourism sectors. Even prior to the showcase date, accommodation bookings near central Seoul reportedly tightened. Restaurants and local businesses anticipate elevated traffic, while travel agencies market comeback-themed packages targeting international visitors hoping to experience the atmosphere firsthand, even without tickets. Social media narratives frame the sellout as validation. Many fans describe it as ARMY's reunion with BTS, emphasizing that the 4-year hiatus did not weaken collective loyalty. Others call the moment Chapter 2's official ignition, referencing the group's previously described new era after their initial global peak. The emotional undercurrent is undeniable. Posts from fans who secured tickets often read like personal victories, screenshots accompanied by disbelief, tears, and gratitude. Those who missed out describe refreshing browsers for hours, heart rates rising each time a section flickered from unavailable to briefly open before disappearing again. The shared struggle, successful or not, reinforces community bonds. Meanwhile, discussions around ticketing fairness continue. Some advocate for stronger anti-scalping measures or stricter resale caps to prevent exploitation. Organizers have yet to announce additional Seoul dates, but speculation persists that overwhelming demand could prompt expanded programming in future legs of the ARIRANG World Tour. The broader significance lies in what the sellout represents. ARIRANG is not merely another album title. By invoking the traditional Korean folk anthem, BTS appears to be anchoring their comeback in cultural identity. Staging the event in front of Gyeongbokgung Palace visually reinforces that heritage. Broadcasting it worldwide projects that identity outward. The immediate ticket sellout suggests that fans understand and embrace that symbolism. It also reflects how BTS now operates at an intersection of pop culture and national narrative. A concert announcement becomes headline news. A ticket queue becomes a barometer of global demand. A plaza performance transforms into an event with economic, cultural, and diplomatic resonance. As April approaches, preparation intensifies. Cinemas finalize screening schedules, international fans coordinate travel logistics. Korean media outlets analyze projected attendance numbers, with some estimates suggesting around 200,000 people could gather in and around the venue area, factoring in public viewing spaces and overflow zones. In the end, the 6-digit queue is more than a statistic. It's a visual metaphor for scale. More than 100,000 people waiting simultaneously to witness a reunion speaks to endurance. It speaks to sustained connection. It speaks to a fandom willing to compete for seconds in a checkout window just to secure proximity to a shared moment. When BTS steps onto that stage at Gwanghwamun Square, framed by palace architecture and streamed across nearly 190 countries, the performance will symbolize more than the release of Arirang. It will represent closure of a hiatus chapter and the ignition of a new era. And for those who watched their queue numbers tick down, slowly, painfully, hopefully, the memory of that ticketing day will become part of the comeback story itself.